So, picture this. I had been working at a branch of JP Morgan in Toronto for a few years, and let me tell you, it was a total disaster. Our division was teetering on the edge of oblivion, and whispers of a sale were in the air. You could feel the tension, the uncertainty was palpable. Then one day, the director decided to implement this bizarre, cost-cutting initiative that came straight from head office. Their grand plan: slash voicemail, network storage, and email storage across all divisions. They had this spreadsheet of metrics to track it all, and our director wanted to make sure we looked good on that spreadsheet. Really good. Well, here's the catch. I worked on small projects that required me to reuse tons of information, files, notes, even voicemails from clients. It was a necessary part of my workflow, but now all of that had to go. I couldn't believe it. I told my manager, who was basically a puppet, always nodding along to whatever the director said, never daring to question the absurdity of it all. He knew this was a terrible idea, but there was no way he would admit it. So I took it upon myself to do a quick sweep through everything. I hardly ever deleted emails, so I figured I'd just purge what I could. But here's where it gets interesting. Turns out I was one of the biggest users of this storage. In my quarterly review, yes, the only company I knew that held quarterly reviews, they brought up my voicemail storage like it was some scandalous offense. Can you imagine? At that moment, I decided enough was enough. I went full-on purge mode. I deleted all my voicemails, emails, and file storage. And with no local storage, I printed out hundreds of pages of documents until my boss, a notorious micromanager, noticed and swiftly put a stop to it. Things escalated from there. New projects came rolling in, and my manager wanted me to provide estimates. I thought, why not increase my estimates by 10%? It felt justified given the chaotic situation. But of course, my manager was furious. He said, "You can't do that." And I responded, "Tell me I'm wrong." I mean, how could I pull numbers out of thin air? I had over 300 pages of requirements annotated. It was going to take time to review. I was trying to be reasonable, but he wanted me to just make it up within the tolerances. That phrase was infuriating. I said, "This is nuts. Why should I take the hit for this? I know this is going to end up in my quarterly review." And you know what? I never made it to that review. I decided to take matters into my own hands and found a new job. So as I walked away from that chaotic environment, I couldn't help but feel a sense of relief. Sometimes compliance doesn't make sense, and sometimes you just have to prioritize your own sanity over the madness of corporate life.